Food Gatherers is with me. Like you were saying, like you were going hatless, so was I, and it's like that's changing. I mean, you can definitely tell the chill is back in the air, but that only like punctuates why we're out here is
Exactly.
having it cold. It wouldn't be right if it was 60 degrees out here, and that has happened a few days in the past. But the CEO Food Gatherers for so long. What are some of the favorite parts of your job that you like doing?
Well, certainly rockin' is one of them. And, it was sad when it got tucked in, so to speak, during
Yeah,
COVID. So we're really grateful to have the opportunity to come out to work with you guys so closely. And your support over the years has been awesome. And then just to interact with people, right? Like to see
yeah,
people that volunteer, or maybe are donors to us, or folks that actually need food assistance or have used one of our pantries that we support and come up and talk to us about it. And that's pretty awesome. And I think for at Food Gatherers, we work with so many other organizations that it's really wonderful to feel like you're helping impact so many of them, and they're throughout the county. They're in Milan, they're in Manchester, they're in Dexter, they're in Chelsea, they're in Ypsilanti, they're in Ann Arbor. So it's like we are connecting a food chain, if you will, that's a Washtenaw County.
yeah. It's more than 140. It's like closer to 150 different agencies, and that'll keep growing because new needs pop up, new agencies come
Well,
up.
only if we have
So,
the support to do
yep,
it. I
yep,
mean, that's one of the things. We've been doing this for 35 years, and it's hard to keep a good thing going. Isn't that a song? It
absolutely,
should
yeah,
be a
something
song.
like that. I'm sure there's been many written about it. So the challenge is a little bit steeper this year, right?
It is financially, and I think fatigue wise too. Many of the folks that work at food gatherers and volunteer at food gatherers, and many of the places we work with, shelters, etc. It has just been a long haul since COVID, right? Like
Yep.
so many challenges, and we keep thinking like, okay, we're over the hill, we're over, we're in a new place, and it's challenging. We are experiencing a significant increase in homelessness in this community, and significant increase in food insecurity all at the same time, and because they're interconnected.
Yeah.
And so it's exhausting really for the families that are enduring this, right? And people that are experiencing this. It's also hard on the folks, who are doing the work, because we're trying really
Yeah,
hard.
you're trying to keep up and you can't. There's always a new
Yeah.
challenge. And, it seems like we do like get over some of the COVID, but then a new thing pops up over here on this side that you weren't expecting. And then, um, you know, we see things stabilizing in some parts of our lives, but other things still like the thing with me is just the cost of rent has just gone through the roof. And this was going on well before the pandemic. It was
Right.
getting out of hand, and it's a crisis across this country, not just here, but it
Right.
also affects people here,
Right.
a great deal. And it affects people that are
Hmm.
working really hard, and they're making money, but it's not enough to cover rent because rent's so high. And so
Exactly.
there's this like gap there. They got to figure out, what do I need to pay for this month to keep it going? When Food Gatherers is here, that's one less decision that has to be
And
made.
that is definitely one of the coping strategies that we hear from people who use pantries. That they're making these really difficult decisions about, do I pay for rent, do I pay for my medical bills, etc., and having a little bit of the pressure taken off on their groceries
Yes.
can keep someone housed for another month.
And it's, you're providing the kind of food that's important. A lot of times when people get stressed out and they get depressed, they reach for the easy food, which usually isn't very good for you. I do that frequently, and that food is not good for you health wise. It also doesn't make you feel full, like you want more of it. It's designed so if you eat that crappy food, you want more of it. And you just, when you provide a more balanced diet and more balanced nutrition, people will feel full for longer. And when you feel full, you can focus on things a little better.
Yeah, and I guess the term security is really operative here, right? Like food security means knowing where your next meal is coming from, and the stress of having food insecurity, housing insecurity is takes a toll on people, and we're all a better community, right, when folks are secure, knowing they
Yeah.
have a place to stay, knowing they have good food to eat. So rock on with us.
Yes. Absolutely. Of course, we're going to be here. And we're also heading into the time of year when heating costs are going to play a big part in people having to decide how to, you know, put their budget together. And, you know, in the summertime, you can live uncomfortably without air conditioning, but you can't live without heat in the winter time. So that's another big bill people are facing. And there's been increases there too. So trying to make up that difference and chasing those gaps constantly. You guys do a great job, and the need is still there, and it's as strong as ever. So the phone number to call?
Well, you can come by down here. We'll be here till 7 o'clock tonight. We'll be here through Saturday at 7. The easiest donation to make is online at foodgatherers.org. And you can also call us during business hours at 734-761-2796.
So there's many different ways that you can help out. And even if you're not right in this area, if you're listening online, if you're away from Ann Arbor on the outskirts and it's tough to get here, you can go online. That's a really easy way to do it. 1071 Ann Arbor's 1071.com. We actually have a link there that goes right to a QR code, which is an easy way to do it as well. So thank you. And we'll be talking over the next couple of days. We've got 2 more days after today. And I know I thought it was like about 309,000 meals at the last check. And that was a few hours ago. So, and I know we've had a steady stream of people stopping by the table and giving gifts, and that will continue. So
and we'll have
get
an
another
update
count.
in a little bit.
Yeah, we'll have another update pretty soon. And we've got music from the Police right now. This is So Lonely on 1071.